saying I'm trans and they want to reap the benefits of being a trans, let's say, activist or getting jobs as a trans spokesperson, whatever it may be, and then you see them at the corner store and it's like literally like, whoa, did you detransition overnight? That's what I see as a costume.
So they went back to being...
Well, it's just what she said. It can be a costume, but for me, this isn't a costume. I can't rip it all off. I know I'm in glam now because I love glam and, you know, I like to feel and look good, smell good, whatever. But at home, no makeup on, hair up in a bun is giving woman, is giving what it is.
Okay, so
it's not a costume.
You genuinely believe that you're a woman?
100%. Do I think I'm a born female biological woman? Absolutely not. I'm a trans woman, and I'm well aware that I'm not a biological woman. And I want to make that statement very loud because that's where it gets crossed, and where I think trans people need to come to the table is understanding that and letting biological women know that we're well aware we're trans women, and if people are out there saying anything otherwise, that's something that I don't want to back.
Right,
because
so now we're bridging the gap.
Right.
Now we're bridging the gap, Candace.
Yeah, I'm well aware of who I am and what I am.
Do you, Ray J, believe that Danielle is a woman?
Yes, I've never once, even every time we talk, I've always said, Danielle, that's what it is. Like, and all of my friends that are in the community, I mean, we have a whole agency, right? Shout out to Tarad and Dumpin' D. It's the full agency, right? And then we have the girls club, right? So there's different layers and different things that people like to do, and they like to be outside of work. But when we all come to work, everybody's on time, everybody's on point. What happens?
I'm so confused. Comment down below. Yes, this is a touchy topic, bro, but who cares, bro? Simple. A transformer, you can't transform. You can't be a male and transform into a female. You can't be a female and transform into a male. It's impossible.
After work.
What?
I mean, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? I could only imagine what some of my other friends do. Some of my boom operators and camera guys, they real freaks, right? So who knows what they doing?
What?
All I know.
Danielle, I think you're a very kind person. You're a very open person. I'm just so happy that you're willing to have this discussion. But Ray J, when you say that you believe,
And shout out to the security team.
you believe that Danielle is a woman. You believe that I am a woman.
I believe, like she said, she's a trans woman.
Okay.
And she made it very clear
What do that mean?
they understand the difference. But if
What
someone
is the difference?
What is the difference? Exactly. Thank you.
What is the difference?
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I would say what's the difference is
The difference is what's been in between the legs. Simple. And the DNA. And like the DNA, like Mother Nature, like what God intended. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to say. The sun. Simple. Whatever you believe in, dude. I'm kind of disappointed at Ray J. I ain't gonna lie.
outside of work, outside of us coming together and doing what we need to do to finish the goal at hand.
No, but what is the difference between you and Danielle?
She's a trans woman, and you're a
real woman,
biological woman.
Yeah,
real. I'm getting educated every day on it, right?
They asked a lot of
But
questions.
you're getting educated on speech rather than being educated on what you know to be right and
Well,
wrong.
no, I know. Well, not right or wrong. I just know what's the difference.
So if you have to differentiate, and I'm glad that you are, because I do think that's much more respectful than where a lot of people are coming from, who self-identify as transgendered. But if you have to delineate, if you have to say, I'm a trans woman and Candace is a woman, then that necessarily means that we are not the same, right?
Exactly.
We are something different.
I think everybody is different. Every human is different.
Oh my God.
Nobody's the same.
This dude. Y'all can do y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? I told you, I got a family member that's in that community, man. I don't really, you know what I'm saying? I'm not judging. We're just talking about this topic. But like, bro, I really don't care, honestly. Because that has nothing to do with me, bro. Simple. But like, the world trying to embrace it. Females trying to embrace it. Disney trying to embrace it. Social media trying to embrace it. Ray J trying to embrace it. The black community trying to embrace it. It's just, I don't want to embrace it, bro. I don't want to support it. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Just like when it's time to vote, if I don't want to vote, I'm not going to vote. I don't want to vote. You know what I'm saying? It's some years I ain't vote before. You know what I'm saying? Simple. Like, I don't want to support it. I don't want to support it. The LGBTQ, I'm sorry. I don't judge y'all. Y'all do y'all. You know what I'm saying? Wish you the best, but I just don't support it. I don't want to support it. You know what I'm saying? I have no type of urge in my body, urge in my mind to support it, bro. I don't agree with it, and I'm not really going to support something I don't agree with. I think y'all not real women. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just gay. I think it's all gay. You know what I'm saying? I think you're a gay male.
Is how you're born versus a lot of people saying it's a choice.
Yes.
But like, Candace, we might be missing a chromosome. Like, there might be you know what I'm saying? There might be one chromosome missing in certain humans that we ain't paying attention to. That's why we bridging the gap today.
All right, guys, some exciting news. We
I
just
ain't
launched
gonna
our new...
lie. I ain't gonna lie. Ray J like that stuff. Ray J like it. Let's just be clear. Ray J like it, bro. He done dilly dally. He done did something, bro. Because ain't no way, bro. That like it's not connected with me. It's not clicking with me, bro. And I salute Candace for speaking against this crap, bro. I really do. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I think I like Candace, bro. She pretty, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just found out about Candace this year, bro. With Eminem District, bro. I just found out about Candace, bro. And I like her, bro. So
Very, very, very small minority of people who are literally born hermaphrodites.
Yeah,
You're
it's a
correct.
small percent.
That is considered a genetic anomaly, right? So something goes wrong, and you can be born with two parts. That something has gone wrong.
But
Right.
why can't it just be right for that
Yeah,
person?
because I feel
Oh
like
my
wrong
gosh.
is
Well, genetic
wrong is an
anomalies
interesting
happen.
word.
Like if everything
But
goes
isn't that
right,
God?
Like if me and her was attached together, are we wrong?
See, I
yeah,
feel
but
like
that is also something when
yes,
something goes wrong. This is why like the
But I
Siamese
don't
twins,
know.
and
I
they
don't
have to
know
have
if
these
wrong is the
surgeries,
right
and their organs can be mixed, and it's a
I don't
risk.
think
Like a
wrong
It
is
is,
the
but
right
something
word, though.
goes wrong when somebody is
Nah, it's
born
wrong.
with
It's
sex.
wrong because
I think
it's
it's
like
wrong.
we all
Wrong.
believe,
It's
yeah, we
wrong.
all believe that
Like I
God
seen a
created
snake and it had
us.
2 heads.
But I feel like that could also
Or a
be
cow that
that's
had 2
God's
heads together.
creation because
I'm not saying the person being alive is wrong. I am saying that genetically speaking,
Right.
there are tons of things that can go wrong. It's like, people when something
I
happens because of who you're married
I love the way she articulate herself, man. That's so attractive, bro.
to, and your genes are lining up in a different way, and some people can be born
Special.
blind in one eye. This, there are tons of things.
One of
that
my
happen.
dogs was blind, but he was moving
people
around.
are born
He was biting
different.
people.
Okay, but
you know.
that is not, intersex is not transgenderism, because transgenderism, everything has gone just right. And at some point in that person's life, they just
Right.
make a decision to say that I want to start living as this opposite sex that I was not born as. And that is why I say this is a mental disorder, okay? I don't view an intersex person as having a mental disorder.
But can
But
I
I
ask
view,
you
but I
that?
view a transgendered individual as having a mental disorder. And so I'll ask
She's
you a question.
spitting.
Is Rachel Dolezal black?
Pardon?
Is Rachel Dolezal black? Rachel Dolezal, if you're not familiar, is the woman who was wearing dark makeup and was leading the NAACP,
Good job.
had grown her hair out kinky into an afro, and then it turned out that her parents spoke out, and she's basically as white as they come, and she just was dressing every day as a black person and passing as black and leading the NAACP.
Yeah.
And
I
everyone in the
definitely-
community.
I don't know her, so I don't want to comment on that.
I want you to comment.
Oh,
because
what?
It's very
She was just
simple.
wearing
I feel like
Leading
I know
as a
what.
black
So she was just wearing
Yeah,
makeup?
Yes, she
I
was
feel
wearing
like
makeup.
that's inappropriate, and
Is
I
she-
feel like
is she
going
black?
back to what you said
Is she
before,
black?
that is
I
a
just
perfect
don't-
example of costuming.
Okay, well,
Because
that,
see how
so
it
that
happens.
seems
Costuming.
very unfair, and it feels
Yeah,
judgmental.
exactly.
Because to
Yes.
me, if you're going to say that you felt that despite the fact that you were born a male, that you felt on the inside that you were something else, and then you went through steps to present as that something else.
Right.
And then when I say, what about Rachel Dolezal? Rachel Dolezal says that she felt her whole life that she was born in the wrong skin color, and that these weren't really her parents, and like
Yeah.
she was black, and so she started presenting as black. I just don't see how you can be ideologically consistent, because no one will accept Rachel Dolezal, because that's blackface. How could you say this? But you're sitting here like, well, I demand that I get, and I'm saying you as the larger community, because
Right.
I don't think you're being demanding at all.
It's
Yeah.
In
mental,
this
bro.
moment, but it's just, do you see the
I get what-
hypocrisy
yeah,
of
I
saying
get-
that a woman can't
yeah.
just, like, why can't a white
No,
girl
I
say
get
she's
what
black?
you're saying. I get what you're saying, and I see how people would compare
Problematic.
that. But my thing is, once again, is when we want to have conversations about things, it's never just an umbrella, and that's why when I hate when people say that, it has to be down to the individual. So as a mature, smart lady, and you're telling me this, and I'm comprehending that, I'm already understanding it for what it is, and that's why every case is different, because that's no different
Rachel
than
Dolezal-
someone.
it's a very easy question. Is Rachel Dolezal
but,
black?
But I, you know what? I watched something on, I think, Fox, and it was they asked a transgender guy about it, and he was stuck on the question when they said, if I said I was black, I think Piers Morgan said it, and he said, if I say I'm black, do you consider me black? And
I heard that.
I said that to
interview,
you.
yeah.
He was stuck, and he didn't know what to say
because he didn't want to get it wrong.
because I think that it's tricky now with race
Yeah.
and gender, right?
Not tricky.
It's very, and I think that, but here's the thing: the fact that that question kind of stops the answers from flowing, because we need to elaborate more
Yeah, you
on
can
that.
say
We need to figure out how to really understand that question.
Yeah, well,
because that's being asked, and it
What?
kind of shuts everything.
But there's a reason it shuts everything down. 'Cause it's not a
Ooh.
tricky question.
Right.
She like literally in 4 seconds, Rachel
It's
Dolezal
tricky.
said that she was black, that she lived this way, she had a great job at the NAACP fighting for black causes. Suddenly her parents speak out. Everyone can see that her parents are very white. And then they showed a picture of Rachel Dolezal. It turns out this is like a blonde-haired Scottish girl. I mean, and
What if she was around? What if she was around black people for all her life?
Well, that's
That
my
don't
point,
make you
right?
black.
So the reason why you guys are struggling to answer this is because what it does is it
I'm
presents.
not struggling
It
to
presents.
answer.
Yeah, you said Rachel
I
Dolezal
said-
is not black.
Yeah, she's not black,
And
and
so
also I
Rachel
feel like
Dolezal
it's
But if
is
she
sitting
said she was
here,
black,
but-
she could be
Candace
black.
crazy.
Yeah, okay.
And would I
Just like if I want to be
for that?
called
No, that's
Killer
not-
Poom Poom,
So
y'all
at
gotta call
least-
me the name I want, 'cause
at
I
least you're being consistent. You're not being consistent. So at least you're saying that, yes, any person can just say whatever they are and we have to accept it. If they feel deep down and they went through middle school and they felt that they were black, then we have to suddenly
But
pretend.
I'm not saying that I would disrespect her for saying, like, I wouldn't be like, you're not, because to be honest, that's got nothing to do with me. But if you ask the question, it is costuming. And that's going back to what we said before, which is a major issue, is that the lines get blurred because of being a costume, and trans is not a costume. It's not a cloak. When I take this off, is that the thing is, once again, it still comes down to the individual scenario, and that is what it is. Because I want to say that the thing that I get thrown at me all the time, which people obviously think hurts me and it doesn't, it's laughable, is people are like, okay, you say you're trans, well, I'm a unicorn or I'm a cloud. I mean, it's ridiculous. How is it comparable?
Well,
I'm like, okay.
We do currently have children that are saying that they are trans species, so that's a reality. There are kids that are saying that they're cats, that they're dogs.
At
least you're being ideologically consistent. At least you're being consistent.
Because
and that's fair. Like, I'm not saying he's wrong.
Because
but you said Rachel Dolezal wasn't black.
Because
no, but what I'm saying is,
we are living in a society where we have rules and regulations, right? And we have government. We go to jail when we do wrong, right? So it is the wild, wild west. So there's things that get better and people get more honest, and then there's also people who abuse.
Candace need to ask him. Candace need to ask Ray J, is it gay for a man to sleep with a transgender woman? And if he say no, we know what side you pick, bro. Simple.
There's people who are really in it for real, and then there's people who are just kind of imitators.
Yeah, imitators.
But you're not an imitator. Like, you went through the whole thing.
Exactly, and I know who I am, and it's not a joke, and it's not a costume. And I wanted to double back on something really important. And obviously, it's your opinion, so I don't even want to be disrespectful on it. But I know a lot of times you've stated that, being transgender, because I don't like the word transgenderism, is a mental disorder. But the APA states that it's not a mental disorder at all, and they're psychiatrists. They're trained psychiatrists, and I knew you probably knew I'd bring this up. But the APA states that it's not a mental disorder at all. So that's the American Psychiatric Association, and also the World Health Order. And what they state is that it's actually just obviously gender dysphoria, and then the description from gender dysphoria is the feeling of distress from gender dysphoria. But then the interesting thing about this, and I want to bring this to you because this is, I know that's your statement and that's mine. But what's interesting even about that, to show how everyone is so unique, is I don't even have gender dysphoria anymore because I don't ever feel or walk around feeling like a guy. So see how it's so
like gender dysphoria.
So gender dysphoria.
We're all getting educated.
Yeah. So gender dysphoria is when trans people feel dysphoric about like their gender. So in the sense of a trans woman being like, oh my God, I feel manly today. I feel like a guy. I feel like blah blah blah, and it brings them down, and that's what causes feelings of distress, and that's why it's not considered a disorder, because it's a feeling of anxiety about that thing about you. But for me to double on that, I'm like, but I don't wake up and ever see a guy feel like a guy, so I don't have gender dysphoria. So everything and every individual is different, and that's why I'll always preach that point. But it's not a disorder. I don't have a mental disorder. Like, I don't even think about this on a day-to-day basis, but I am willing to come to the forefront and speak about trans rights because I am.
Candace facial, she be trying to hide her facial expression, bro. Simple. Somebody with a mental disorder not gonna know they have a mental disorder, bro. What?
But I always want to show people worldwide that you can clearly see we're all different, and we have different backgrounds.
Like, I wish some of the guys that are like in love and infatuated in this relationship, I wish they would come out and be like, yo, this is what it is. Because some of them are my friends, and I'm like, whenever you feel like it, but you not wrong. And I'm not gonna say nothing to none of the homies, but y'all gotta speak up too and just come out and love and hug and show the compatibility with what y'all like and what's going on in the real world.
This is crazy.
So I just want to go way
this
back.
Is crazy.
This
is so crazy, bro.
There's this intentional.
Ray J so lost, bro. Oh my God.
Psychological, which there's a reason why the APA, which is in charge of psychology, is even.
Ain't no way, bro. Ray J had to fall in love with one of them or something, bro. Ain't no way. He die hard right now, bro.
Commenting on this issue because they know that it's a psychiatric issue, or they wouldn't have to comment on it. So Rachel Dolezal, I want to go back to that because this is a very important point, and I do feel you're pedaling past because you realize this.
I don't know.
This is how. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Let's say any individual.
Yeah.
This is an individual who is committed and living as a black person when in fact they were born with parents that are whiter than snow.
So nobody was black.
No, nobody. Not even a drop of. Not even like.
Ancestry didn't say
I'm
nowhere
pretty sure I've seen this on like Botched or something.
A Spanish song probably never got listened to. A Spanish song. It was not even a drop.
I know among the lines of what you're talking about because I think I've seen it on Botched or whatever.
Instantly said, and have held to the point that Rachel Dolezal is not a black person. So if Rachel Dolezal is not a black person but believes that she is a black person on the inside, what is Rachel Dolezal suffering from?
So for me personally, but like I will say once again because I don't know her story, but based on what you're telling me, I will go back to the point every time that what it sounds like is that she's costuming. That's what it is to me. If
What is
Rachel
costuming,
believes she's
though?
black,
What is that?
that's not only not my place to comment on. I don't know that girl, so it doesn't bother me. But if someone doesn't believe in what she's doing is right, if it's publicized or whatever, that's their opinion. But do I think that she has a mental disorder? My answer is, who am I to even comment on that?
Oh
Because
my
I'm not a
gosh.
psychologist.
Let me just
I have
finish.
But
no
you can
idea.
comment on everything else,
I
though.
agree with you about
Yeah.
Rachel Dolezal. She is costuming.
But does she have a mental disorder?
Yes.
If you are living your
Yes.
life as something that you are not,
Yes.
and you believe inside of you that you are this,
Yes.
she's not hurting anybody, but she is suffering from a mental disorder.
Now,
Okay.
I
Now
know
this is
somebody
where
that
this is
suffers
where
from
things get tricky. So you and Rachel Dolezal are actually embodying the exact same thing, right?
Right.
Both
No.
of you believe.
Oh, but
It's
please
ra-
don't
it's
say
race and
Candace.
gender.
Please don't put me in that box.
It's race
But,
and
but
gender.
that
Come
anybody
on.
watching this is going, this is a very valid
Yeah.
point. Both
But
of
I
you
know
Right.
believe
valid.
that you're
Yeah. Salute to you, Candace. Candace, you making a valid point, girl. You know your thing, man. I'm proud. I feel happy for her, bro. Cause like she really it's 2 against 1. It really is 2 against 1, and she holding her weight. She coming with valid points that make sense to the logical brain, bro. These people are not being logical. It's more of an emotional thing. Oh, you've been wanting to be a female your whole life, bro. You're not gonna understand, bro. It's emotions in that. There's some emotion.